What's going on, everyone? So the Lakers started free agency with an absolute bang. The Lakers got a perimeter defender. They got a sizable wing in Taurean Prince, and that is huge. This was a great pickup by the Lakers. A guy that has real length, size, real 3-and-D style, can plug in and be our starting small forward if we need him to. He was shocking that the Minnesota Timberwolves just basically let him go. He found out, we got the tweet that he found out from Woj that the Timberwolves were basically just letting him go, which, again, that was really surprising given that, he was really good for them. Playing the 3, playing the 4. He had some big shots, had some big moments all year for them. Was one of their better defenders, which, hey, their loss is our gain. At the time of recording this video, I don't know how much he actually signed for. I was trying to wait a little bit for that, but nothing's came out. We'll get that announcement soon, I imagine. I don't believe it's for the taxpayer or the full mid-level exception. I think either A, they broke it down, or maybe he got the biannual exception, which is like $4 million a year. That sounds more like his target. He's good. I don't think he's a, $12 million a year guy, but hey, you never know, right? The Lakers missed out on Bruce Brown, so this signing makes a lot of sense. I actually think this signing makes more sense. Whether you think he's a better player than Bruce Brown or not is up to you. That's up for debate, but I just think he fits a bigger need, right? The Lakers need a couple things. They need shooting, they need perimeter defense, and they need a big man, right? Well, they got 2 of those 3 in perimeter defense and shooting. This is a guy who he shot 38% from 3 on 4 attempts per game. So this is a guy that can shoot the 3 ball, which is really nice. A guy that can give you, 10 points per game, which is all you need from a rotation guy, right? You're not looking for this guy to come in and give you 30 a night. You're looking for this guy to come in and be one of those 3 or 4 guys that give you 10 points per game, guards the other players, best offensive player, all of that. Lakers got that in Taurean Prince. I really like this signing. I really like this acquisition. He's still young at 29 years old. He's 6'6", got a good wingspan, can play. He played a lot of power forward, so if you do need to go in the small ball era, you can do that. He's got good instincts for just rebounding, getting after the ball, defending. This is something that I really could see making an impact for the Lakers. And this is a guy that for his career, so it's not like he had a good 3-point shooting year. For his career, the guy's 37% from 3. So that in and of itself is very helpful. Now, whether he's starting or coming off the bench, we will see. That's why I don't buy that they gave him the full mid-level. My guess is that it's somewhere in the taxpayer, the biannual, or maybe they signed him for a minimum. A minimum's still $3 million for him, something like that, $3.5 million for him. I don't know if he would take that less, but you never know. We've seen stranger things happen. People didn't think Malik Monk would do that. People didn't think that Kendrick Nunn would do that. People didn't think that Lonnie Walker would do that. So I would like to see something where he got something here's $4 million. Something like that, the biannual exception. That's my hope, right? I'm sure that news will come out. I'm sure we will find that out very shortly here. But again, gives you a piece that the Lakers really need. Switchability, can guard multiple positions, can play multiple positions, just is a basketball player. That's what the Lakers need. The Lakers need basketball players, guys that can shoot the rock, right? The big question mark going into free agency was, can the Lakers get a 3-and-D, a legit 3-and-D wing? And they did, right? You have so many teams right now all trying to scratch and claw and do what they can to go get a guy like Taurean Prince, and he chose the Lakers. I guarantee you he had other suitors. 29 years old, legit 3-and-D style wing, he absolutely had other suitors. And the fact that he went and he signed with the Lakers, I think is just massive, because that was my biggest concern. I didn't have concern. I believe we were going to be able to get a big man. Obviously, Brook Lopez would be great, but even not. Can we get a Mason Plumlee or somebody? We don't need some crazy good big man. We just need somebody that is serviceable and somebody that can come in and just be a rebounder, shot blocker, deterrent, something along those lines. So Taurean Prince being the perimeter guy, it was like, are we going to be able to fill that need? Well, the Lakers did that. And it wasn't like a Jared Vanderbilt style. It wasn't like Stanley Johnson where it's like, yeah, you get the perimeter defense, you get the size, you get the switchability, you get a guy that can, guard multiple positions and defend multiple positions, but he doesn't really give you anything on the offensive end, doesn't really give you any shooting, doesn't really help in that department. No, like Taurean Prince is a guy that's going to give you all of those things, and he's going to provide the shooting. Right? This guy isn't like a lights out shooter. Don't get me wrong. Again, this guy that gets 4 attempts per game, but he can shoot the thing. And my guess is we got him for somewhere in the $4-5 million range. That's my guess. Which is probably the biannual. That's probably what the Lakers got, was the biannual exception, and probably gave it to him. Although, like I said, the vet minimum isn't that far off for him. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's like $3.5 million for him, or $3 million, somewhere in that ballpark. So regardless, I still believe that the Lakers have their full mid-level exception. I just don't think the Lakers would be hasty and give that out immediately, right? I think either A, they get like a Brook Lopez or something like that, or B, they end up breaking that down and getting 2 or 3 guys. Now, maybe that's the beginning, right? Maybe he is going to get, $4 or $5 million, and then the Lakers are going to get somebody else at $4 or $5 million, and that's the mid-level exception, right? That could be the case, so look out for that. But in general, I'm pumped. I am absolutely pumped. I think that this was a great pickup. If this is only the first signing. So if this is the beginning, and this is how we can kind of how our offseason is going to go, I think we're definitely heading in the right direction. I think this is a guy that can just really make an impact. This is a guy that has been in moments, has played in playoff games, that has hit big shots. I mean, he hit several big shots against the Lakers for the Minnesota Timberwolves. He had a couple nice games against the Denver Nuggets in that playoff run. I think his last game he had like 13 points and actually shot like a really good percentage. So, guy that can come in, just provide a really big need. Now, we'll see what else the Lakers do and what else the Lakers improve on. Does he end up being the starter day one, right? So do we go like something along the lines of like D'Lo, Reeves, Prince, LeBron, and AD? I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. But if we get a center, like let's say we get Brook Lopez, so then how does that like do they run like LeBron? Does LeBron play pseudo point guard on offense? And then, you start something like Austin Reeves, Taurean Prince, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Brook Lopez? Or do they, the point is they have some flexibility. And this is just another piece in the arsenal that can help. Another of like that core. We need a core 8 to 9 guys that on any given night can come in, play big minutes, do the dirty work, knock down shots, relieve guys, just have big games here and there, and just be consistent. That's what we need. And Taurean Prince is that. He's a guy that can come in, be consistent, play the role that we ask of him. He's not going to complain whether he comes off the bench or he starts. Regardless, this is just, in my opinion, a very good, very solid pickup. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What did you think? What did you think of the Taurean Prince signing? How do you feel about that being the Lakers' first signing? Is that like shocking to you? Is that surprising to you? Did you think this is something that would happen? I actually, this is something that kind of seemed almost like it was going to happen, right? Like when all the information came out about Minnesota and he was leaving, like the looming threat is always like Dallas, Houston want veteran guys. So like Dallas, Houston, and the Phoenix Suns, right? But Taurean Prince probably wants to play on a contender or a team that he believes is a contender. So it's like, okay, well, Houston's probably out. So Dallas and the Suns are probably options. So again, I guarantee you this guy had several options. I guarantee you the Lakers weren't the only team talking to him, trying to get something and trying to give him something and bring him onto the roster. My guess is that this is a guy that that had several suitors, and the Lakers just ended up lucking out and getting him, which is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And I'm hoping we didn't give him. Oh, look, we just got it. As I'm doing this live, so I'll leave this in. Taurean Prince agrees to 1 year, $4.5 million contract after Wolves exit. There we go. There it is. So yeah, I said $5 million. Perfect. So I love it. I'm happy for it. I'm glad that we were able to snag him. Again, I think he's going to be a really big asset. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. So let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts.